What makes your work meaningful?
At our core, Moo is about design, right? I think when we talk about where we're going, we talk about our vision for the business in the long term, right? And our vision is great design for everyone, right? Really simple, generic almost, but very, 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 very big, I think. And what we're trying to do in a small way today is kind of a stepping stone on the path to that grander vision. We're trying to help small businesses to stand out, to look good. We do that in very simple ways, like by making little cards for them that are going to be nice quality, not too expensive, and nice design. And if I think about what we were doing when we started, it was something very different. I think we now discovered like a real mission, which is helping these kind of small businesses and individuals who buy from us. And I think without, we didn't think we had a cause when we started. That wasn't my interest. It was to make a product. But I think what we found is small businesses really need us to help them kind of promote themselves, and I think we've kind of become an important player, and that's very meaningful to us to be able to help. You can sell a whole load of product, you can sell anything, right? You can decide to start a business and sell anything, but when your product starts becoming useful, it starts helping people, whether you set out to do that or not. The fact that it happens now, we are incredibly conscious of the fact that sometimes our product is the difference between a small business, making a deal or not making it. It's only a business card. It's only a small thing. So I think in the now, in the moment, in the short term, we're helping little businesses stand out. We're helping companies to make an impression to other small companies, and that's cool. That's meaningful in a small sense. I think where we're going is something even bigger than that and more exciting. The examples that I always give internally are, and like them or loathe them, IKEA has changed the living room. Okay, it's changed. In the UK, they did an ad campaign. It was called "Chuck Out Your Chintz." All those doilies and old furniture and things. And IKEA really revolutionized what the living room looks like in the world. It brought Scandinavian design at low cost to the world. And I think that's a fascinating, I don't know whether they set out to do that, but they've made people's lives and environments look that little bit nicer, feel better about themselves, whatever. And I think what we're trying to do with design, graphic design, print design, we launched a logo product partnership with HP recently, so logo design. And we're building out that portfolio of design products that will help small businesses look great in a way that's accessible, that has never been accessible before. The revolution that I try and describe, and this is a pretty tenuous argument, but I talk to people about Mad Men, right? And if you watch Mad Men, you see this explosion in the US in the kind of 50s and 60s, where big business discovered that design and great copywriting could transform their brands into things that more people wanted to come and buy or shop with or whatever. And for 50 years, this sort of TV industrial complex, that put ads on TV and people, has been the preserve of these big corporations. But today you can use technology to purchase design in the form of business cards that we make today, that tiny micro businesses of one person, can leverage design and technology like Moo to stand out, to become a brand, to be different, to be all the things that big businesses want to be. Those tools have just become way more accessible. So I think our future mission is helping great design be accessible for everyone. Great design for everyone is where we're going. I think where IKEA have made the living rooms of the world look that little bit more stylish, we want to help small businesses do the same thing for their brands, for their identity, and make them feel good about themselves. Everyone who starts a business has a passion for something. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be running a fast food restaurant. It could be being a cleaner. It could be being a taxi driver. It's all, you go and work for yourself. It's an incredibly empowering and amazing, moment when you start your first business. We want to help them look as good as possible, and be, and be the best they can be. And we use design, we use print as our kind of tools of our trade.